You know what I'm saying? Cool Boy against Inoue. This is a fight that you've been wanting to see for quite some time now. There's controversy and there's talks of, the loaded gloves, what do they call it? Skinning the gloves. What is your take in
Well,
that? And because I guess Cool Boy's team is trying to make
I
a decision
didn't
here on what
know
they want to do.
I didn't know anything. I didn't know the controversy about
You
the
didn't know
glove.
about it?
I didn't know that. What happened?
Okay. Something about when a lot of the Mexicans do this, that they wrap
I
their
know what
gloves
skinning it
really, really
means, but I'm
tight and
saying
they
what happened
ball
with
up.
this fight. They haven't put the
Yeah,
gloves on yet.
correct, correct. I guess somebody they're making the conclusion that they don't want that to be done,
Okay.
or they're not going to
Well,
fight.
listen,
Um,
this is a game of skullduggery. You know, you ask for what you ask for. A lot of guys, these gloves and wrap things, these rules should be universal. You go to like Pennsylvania allows you to wrap your hands different than what Vegas does. You know, but
hmm
same punches, same size gloves. The rules should be universal. In Nevada, you could put tape on the hand. You could put tape, gauze, and then tape again, as long as it's not on the knuckles. Um, you can put tape directly on the skin in Nevada. And I asked the guy about that. He said it's fine. I said, okay, no problem. In Pennsylvania, the commissioner here, he says it's not fine. Don't matter to me. You know, I got my own personal opinion, but I'll do whatever the commission tells me to do. But the rules should all be the same. So I'm saying that to say some people let you take the tape a little farther up the wrist. Some people don't. I don't know what they do over Japan because I never had a guy over there before. But I'm glad Scooter's team is on everything. Um, if you're asking me for my prediction for that fight, I do got a little bit more of a clearer look at that fight. I think Inoue is a special fighter, probably one of the best fighters that ever lived, 118 on down. You know, his left hook to the body is as good as I've seen, you know, uh, in the last 10, 20 years, man. Is a really special guy. But I feel like that well-rounded fighters like Scooter, who don't really get the props because they don't get a lot of knockouts. I think when they fight these kind of guys, they they show more they game because their game is not really in overwhelming guys with power. So like how like Tito and Bernard going into the fight, Tito was smaller, but he was looked at as the bigger puncher. And I'm a big Tito fan, but he was looked as a bigger puncher and all of that kind of stuff. And then him and Bernard fought, and Bernard just completely undressed him because Bernard is the bigger all around fighter, and like I said, all around fighters, they don't get to show all their stuff until they fight like these um special kind of offensive fighters. Same thing with Holyfield and Tyson. Holyfield's the all around fighter. Tyson is the offensive dynamic fighter. And then Holyfield beats him. But the perception, you looking at them, on highlights, you think um Tyson is going to win. You think Tito is going to win. So I think that this fight got a lot of that to it. And my and I've been around Scooter obviously a lot in the gym. He's not a big man, but he's big to be 122 pounds. You know what I mean? So on the
hmm
streets, he's probably considered like a little guy. He's about 5'7", but about 150 pounds. He's strong, bro. He's a strong dude. He may not be a big puncher, but he's physically strong. He can maul you. He knows so many little tricks. My guy spar against him all the time. He knows every trick in the book. He can be dirty. He can be rough. And I think Inoue is fighting a guy that's a lot bigger than him. Is in his prime. He's very athletic. He's very long. Um, it's just going to be a very, very tough fight for Inoue. You know what I mean? The pound for pound stuff goes out the window when two guys get in the ring with each other. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying, Inoue is not a great fighter because he got a case for being number one pound for pound, but that's different than actually fighting somebody. He started fighting at 108 pounds. And I just think that when people see him and Scooter next to each other, they're going to be like, wow, it's going to be a huge difference. It's going to look like about 2 to 3 inches in height, and it's going to be like um about another 3, 4 inches in reach and just like bone density and physicality. If anyone beats this fight, wins this fight impressively, like if he was to stop Scooter, he probably is the best fighter in the world. You know what I mean? He probably is to
Mm,
be fighting somebody, what's it, 108, 115, 118, 122. That's 5 weight divisions, but
yeah.
he skipped 112, and so in his fourth weight divisions, bro, you don't want to deal with a guy that can box that good and is that slick and that much bigger than you. You know, um, you know, it's like I'm gonna give you the prime example of this. It's like you don't see like Shakur and them wanting to fight Boots. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. You're not seeing Teofimo trying to fight Terrence Crawford at 147 or Earl. You know, that's what we dealing with. It's a in a way this is a major challenge. I'm very very impressed with him for even taking this fight, man. You know, he could have fought an easier guy at 122. And when I seen him next to Nonito Donaire,
Yeah.
I thought I always thought that Donaire had a huge size advantage over him. Like when they fought, I'm looking like, wow, Scooter is bigger and way younger than Nonito. I'm assuming about 40 now. Scooter's about 20, 28, so he's in
Yep.
his physical prime. So I'm going to say Scooter by close decision. He may have some tough moments with that left hook to the body. A lot of people may not like how he fights. I could see a lot of mauling, a lot of hitting on the break, a lot of beating him in his hips. He might get hit low. They gonna get wrestled, squeezing him, a lot of squeezing him, making him try to pull out of those clinches and release his body. That wears you out. He's gonna be squeezing his muscles, massaging him, wearing him out. I can see the second half of the fight, Scooter start pressing him, start pushing him back with a jab. Scooter's very mean. He has a lot of determination. He has, he might not be like as twitchy as he now, but his mind and his mental focus from round 1 through 12 is as good as I've seen. His fitness and his conditioning, as far as like running miles and stuff, it's as good as I've seen. Um, I'm gonna say Scooter gonna get a decision. I'm say Scooter gonna win a decision,
Mm.
and it's gonna be highly controversial, but I think he's gonna win a decision.
That was